We welcome you back to York High School in the 47th Annual Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. Gavin Hughes, Bobby Hessling, and boy, oh boy, do we have one on tap for you here today. It is the Glenbard West Hilltoppers and the Leo Lions. Bobby, we're in for a good one.
We are definitely in for a good one. The number one team in the state, obviously, the Glenbard West Hilltoppers. And then you have Leo. And the thing that's interesting about Leo is they are out of one of the Catholic leagues. They're out of one of the Catholic leagues. And, I mean, they'll play their game. They play fast. They fly up and down the floor. There's a lot of guys on that team that can fly.
You know, we talked to Coach Thompson. He talked about, just how excited his team was to play in this tournament and flipping things over. Jason Apoka, the head coach of the Glenbard West Hilltoppers, certainly knows the target that's on their back. I mean, they have 4 of the 5 starters are committed to Division I schools. That's a whole lot of firepower.
Talk about Braden Huff, Gonzaga, and then 2 to West Point. Caden Pierce is going to, obviously, Princeton. So, this is going to be a whole lot of fun.
You look around, obviously the Glenbard West Hilltoppers don't have to make too much of a commute coming just from Glen Ellen, but this is kind of that atmosphere of the Jack Tosh we're looking for.
It is.
Relatively packed house here this afternoon, and man, this is going to be exciting after a great finish between Lake Forest and Rolling Meadows. Rolling Meadows defeating Lake Forest 54-49. They move on to tomorrow in the winners bracket, and we'll face the winner of this one. So, Bobby, what does Glenbard West have to do to get it done against Leo, and same thing for the Lions? What do they have to do to walk away victorious?
Well, Glenbard West is just play their style of basketball. They obviously have a lot of high-quality wins, and you talk about them. They beat Hillcrest. They beat a lot of other guys. Thing with Leo, they held their best opponent they played thus far has been Curie, and they hung around with Curie for most of the game. If they play their style, they have a very good chance to knock off this Glenbard West team. And we saw Glenbard West play last night. They are one heck of a team.
Taking the jump for the Hilltoppers will be number 34, Braden Huff. And for the Leo Lions, number 10, Austin Ford. And away we go. This one goes to Glenbard, and we'll start with Caden Pierce.
We'll have the score on the scoreboard fixed right now. It's still the score of Lake Forest and Rolling Meadows, but we'll keep you updated with that.
When talking to Coach Apoka, he talked the importance of Glenbard West sticking to their game. Obviously, not a whole lot of time to prepare, and that 3 is off and good. Paxton Warden on the 3.
Paxton Warden is one of the guys that is, I believe he is not committed to anywhere, which you have to assume he will be at some point in time.
Leo now sets things off offensively. This defense so effective from Glenbard West. Obviously, that length helps. A really tall team in this tournament.
Yeah. 2 players to watch for Leo. Christian Brockett's one of them. Number 2, he's a sophomore guard, so one of the sophomores that this Leo team runs with.
We saw Jakeem Cole get the hot hand yesterday against Batavia, and the Lions win over the Bulldogs, and back the other way comes the Hilltoppers. Going up, right-hand finish, no good from Pierce. Back the other way comes Leo.
Strong take there by Pierce.
Brockett looks inside, going up and in. Is Austin Ford.
Austin Ford does a great take and able to finish through that right hand throughout of all the size that Glenbard West has.
It'll be interesting to see kind of the quickness of Leo against the height of Glenbard.
It really will be. The blow-bys the blow-by that Leo could do. And that was one heck of a play right there.
Great block there from Christian Brockett. Back the other way come the Lions. Going up, outside kick. Cole drives baseline, goes up, unable to finish. Rebound by Pierce.
Jakeem Cole, that would have been one heck of a finish there.
Pierce drives, kicks out. Corner 3 on the way. Off the mark, no good. Rebound by Ford.
You have to be able to close out against this Glenbard West team. Any of them, and I mean any of them, they can hit shots from anywhere on the floor.
Brockett looking around, slows things down, gets it to Smith. And we see it. I mean, just that open arm, the open arms, the length, the stride, everything makes it hard for really any comfortable pass offensively.
It really is. And Jamal Thompson of Leo said he wanted to shock the world today.
And this would certainly
beating
Glenbard West would be a pretty big deal. There's a drive now. That one, strong finish from Tyler Smith. And Leo picks up full court right away. So we approach 5:15 left in the opening quarter.
They have Brockett, the one that's doing most of the
good
stuff.
backdoor cut up and in, right hand finish.
Great take there by Bobby Durkin.
Bobby Durkin, obviously the transfer from
Right,
Hinsdale
from Hinsdale
South.
South.
Looking, Leo tries to supply answer, trailing 5-4. Looking around now, stuck in the corner.
Bad pass. They're going to say
that
got
one was tipped. And stick with Leo. (5-4) the score. 4:45 left to go in the first. Bobby, so far, I mean, these teams just matching up pretty well.
They really are. I mean, it's two completely different styles, too. You know, like you had said, the tall team of
Ford
Glenbard West,
goes up.
and then the speed of the Hilltoppers.
Great finish from Ford as he was trapped there underneath by Durkin and Warden. Now the Leo defense getting things done. Up to Ford, and here comes Leo back the other way. A three-man trap sustained up top by Glenbard West. As I mentioned, makes things really hard to get things going offensively. Good kick here, three-point on the way. Cleveland got it to go.
Cam Cleveland, and you remember when Coach Thompson said Cleveland's one of the players to watch? You can see why.
Leo now leads 9-5. You know, one of the things about Huff is he's got that foul will be committed, will be going back the other way. As I was saying, you know, Huff is one of those guys, he has the height, but man, he has just the guard.
There's a technical foul. Bobby Durkin just got assessed a technical foul. The one official did the technical foul signal, and it did not take long. We have not seen a technical foul yet.
We knew it would be an exciting start to the game as Apoka tries to clarify. Nonetheless, this technical will be assessed to Durkin.
I want to see if we can get clarification on this.
And that technical foul, as mentioned, assessed to Durkin. You know,
I don't know if we will.
That was kind of caught everybody off guard. Glenbard West already with 2 team fouls. Leo with 0. I tell you what, a really disciplined defensive style coming from the Lions early.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a great job defensively, and they fly around the court so well. They're able to switch off guys, switch on to a different guy extremely quickly. And I think that's what makes a difference for them. Obviously, Glenbard West has that height, but it's the quickness of Leo that works so well and able to just, you know, fly around the floor.
You know, so far this year, Glenbard West has found success in this gym playing York on, I believe, the 17th of December. Defeated the Dukes by quite a bit. And, you know, today, you know, roles could be reversed. I mean, you know, they were neck and neck early with York, neck and neck here early with Leo. But Leo, a little bit different. A very talented team, very quick. Be interesting to see how the Hilltoppers respond here early, trailing by 4.
And even with a 4-point lead, I mean, Glenbard, they're never out of a game by any means. Leo's just got to do a good job of, you know, holding their own. And, you know, an early technical foul assess could be a difference maker depending what happens.
So Jakeem Cole will be at the line for the free throws. Misses the first. You know, we talk about all the time the importance of free throws and making sure you don't leave points on the floor. That one rattles in and out, so Jakeem Cole is unable to hit both. Leo still has the basketball. Inbounding the ball will be Cameron Cleveland.
One of the few seniors on this Leo roster, too.
Yeah, Leo, you know, after both those missed free throws, great hands there from Caden Pearson. Here comes Glenbard West. That jumper on the way is good.
Ryan Renfro makes it look easy. And on most teams, Renfro's a starting center. But compared to some of this other height on the team, he's starting at the 3.
You're such a long team. I mean, it almost feels unfair.
It really does.
Looking around. You know, 3 ball on the way. Good and strong from Jakeem Cole.
Jakeem Cole, great way after the 2 missed free throws to answer back with the 3.
So as mentioned before, the winner of this will go on to play at Rolling Meadows tomorrow at 6:30 p.m.
in what would be a phenomenal game.
Nothing called there, up and in. Real easy. Ryan Renfro having himself a nice few possessions here. It is now 12-9. Yeah, you know that, speaking of the, 2 possessions ago, Leo's such a good three-point shooting team that really, heavily contributed to their victory yesterday over Batavia,
really
getting them to this point here in the Tosh.
Leo, with a lot of teams, they haven't scored a whole lot, and versus a team like Glenbard West, you're going to have to score a lot.
Cole driving, got it. Baseline is strong and good.
It's not easy to put up a shot over Braden Huff, but Jakeem Cole just made it look easy.
And picking up full court is forward on Huff. Back inside, Durkin, kick out, corner. 3 from beyond the arc is good.
Caden Pierce, he can do that. He cannot let any of these guys get hot because they can shoot lights out at any given moment.
In my conversation with Apoka, I said, their team is very confident when it comes to shooting the three-pointer. I mean, even when they're missing, the body language after the shot comes off is just so confident, and one of those teams that you watch and it doesn't feel like you're really watching a high school basketball team.
No. I mean, what I told Ryan Piquel last night was it's kind of like watching a college team at times just because of the way they're built and their height.
Jakeem Cole making a name for
He
himself early.
is making it look easy.
Those are his 7th. That's his 7th point of the ball game.
We have a feeling that there's a few college coaches in here for some of these Glenbard West kids. Jakeem Cole's trying to make a name for himself right now. And we're going to see the 6th man off the bench, Jack Hardwell, come in for Glenbard West.
That 3 ball. Off the mark, no good. Rebound to Cole. Up ahead comes Leo. Good stop and go. Left hand, no good. Rebound by Durkin.
Great take to the basket by Brockett. You're right, it was a great stop and go.
Foul called.
Block.
Will be a block. And so heading to the line and shooting 2 will be Paxton Warden, the senior forward.
They're going to say it was on the way up.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're both teams, a pretty pleasing start both ways.
Right, absolutely. I'm sure Glenbard West is just very upset that they had a technical foul assessed early.
That one rattles in and out. Checking in the game now for Leo, as you mentioned, is number 23, Jared Gee. As well for Glenbard West, number 25, Jack Cardwell. It's the second. This lead cut back to 3. It's funny because Gee was a guy who really contributed heavily off the bench.
Absolutely.
Yesterday.
Well, he's the leading scorer in the last 2 games for Leo with 13 and 12. He's combined for 25. Is that 25? Yes, 25 in the last 2 days.
You got your math right.
However,
there you go.
However, like you said, he's coming off the bench.
Looking around for some of the good defense there from the Hilltoppers, making it difficult for Leo on this possession. Brockett looking around. You can tell all teams have the same trouble. This one will go to Glenbard West.
Right.
All teams seem to have the same struggle. I mean, just
yeah.
It's the arm. I mean, the length. It's just so hard to compete with, and it's really hard to make up for.
I mean, how are you going to get that ball inside when you have 6'10" Braden Huff right there, and he can put his arms up, and he's basically touching the net of the hoop.
The final 10 seconds of the quarter. The ball belongs to Glenbard West. Looking, Huff trying to get something going. Goes up, right hand. No good. Try to go back up. Nonetheless, will draw the foul and head to the line, trying to cut the lead to 1.
Yeah, and that's not like him to, do that and miss. An inside look like that, really easy for him to finish.
Huff at the line, shooting 2. The senior commit to Gonzaga hits the first. You mentioned this Leo team, a younger team, a much younger team. When talking to Glenbard, whether it's the fans or even students, this is a once in a kind of every, you want to say decade generation. You don't know what to say.
I don't know what the right words are, but
the West Suburban Conference does have a habit of, when there's, a team to keep an eye on, it's always a really good team, and we see it here with the Hilltoppers. This one heaved up, no good. That's how we won the quarter. So after 1, it is Leo 16, Glenbard West 15. We'll be right back after this. We welcome you back to the contest between Leo and Glenbard West after one. The score 16-15. The ball belongs to Leo and Jakeem Cole, who had himself a nice first 8 minutes.
He had a few floaters that he got over Huff and hit a few big threes as well. That just goes right back to the length of Paxton Warren kicking that ball away.
Seeing his first action of the afternoon is Andrew Doxis, the senior for Glenbard. Leo's sticking with a similar cast.
Have not seen much of Jack Cardwell, 25 wearing white. He's a guy that he can shoot the three really well as well, on this Glenbard West team.
This ball will stick with Leo. Yeah, you can even see there, I mean, Cameron Cleveland was trying to look down low to Jared Gee, and you can't. I mean, you're not going to get it done, you know, with the team. We can talk about the length all day long, but also just the defensive execution and the discipline that Glenbard West has. It's really hard to beat them, and you're going to have to count on guys like Cole to drive baseline and, you know, hit the floaters.
Right, Jason Apoka said, you know, he wants that team discipline.
Now Cleveland, the three from deep. Off the mark, no good. A rebound to Caden Pierce. First minute of play here in the second quarter.
And we're going to see Bobby Durkin check back in after he got teed up earlier in the first quarter.
You know, like you said, it'll be interesting to see how, you know, that matters as we get to the latter stages of this ball game. Inside to Huff.
Well, the thing is, it's like
he goes up, no good.
It's like the technical foul didn't even matter, as that's going to stay with Leo, and the Glenbard West fans behind us are not thrilled.
As you mentioned, Durkin checks back in. He comes in for Ryan Renfro. Durkin, a valuable player, as we mentioned, a very disciplined Glenbard West team. Surprised to see the technical assess on a player early. Tyler Smith looks around. That's steal.
That's going to stay down here.
Near steal.
Very close.
By Durkin. You know, in our conversation with Jamal Thompson, he talked about just, as we said, he was so excited and he wanted to make a good first impression as that three winds up short. Rebound by Pierce, but he wanted to make a good impression on folks here at the Tosh, and I think he's done it so far.
It's Leo's first Jack Tosh Holiday tournament, so it is for Glenbard West. I mean, you get this in in the quarterfinal. A lot of people would have expected this to be like a semifinal, even the championship final.
We'll be going back the other way. The
offensive
foul will come on Huff.
So Huff picks up his first. And Apoka's asking for an explanation because he's just as confused as Huff is about how that was called a foul.
The third team foul on the Hilltoppers.
And what's interesting compared to other games, Huff is not at the top of this defense. Usually he is. He's right now just around the free throw line. And we're kind of used to seeing him, be more around the volleyball line and the logo at times.
Looking at that jumper there from the elbow. No good. Rebound by Pierce. I'll tell you what, Pierce is making an impact on the boards, too.
Well, I think that's just what adds to the height compared to Leo is.
Huff goes up and in, gets the and one bucket. He'll go to the line to capitalize on the three-point
I was
play.
about to say, it's tough to stop the height that Braden Huff has.
Checking back into the ball game for Leo is number 10, the starter, Austin Ford.
We'll see Camp Cleveland go to the bench.
So talented and so, one of the things that you don't see a lot is a big man who's very comfortable shooting as he executes there, and the Hilltoppers now lead by 3, but his guard-like capabilities, there's really no explanation. You cannot teach it.
No.
I mean, the athleticism and just the way he drives and the way the strides are, it's something that, makes for a very interesting matchup if we get to see him play a guy like Cam Christie tomorrow. Leo having a hard time getting things inside.
Something to note, Glenbard West, they are on a 6-0 run right now.
Looking around,
they've been able to change the defense.
Cole looking, kicks it out. I mean, it's just so impactful. That one tipped, and here come the Hilltoppers doing what they do. Looking, Huff inside, goes up, the left-hand finish, good.
Makes it look easy.
His head was under the basket when he went up with that one. I mean, nonetheless, contributing.
That's
to
a much needed timeout called by Coach Thompson of Leo. And Braden Huff and this whole Glenbard West team, they've got all the momentum going their way. And I mean, Huff didn't have a lot of points to start, and he's got a quick 5 straight for them.
And he's got 7 on the day. So with that being said, the Hilltoppers lead by 3. We'll be right back to Leo and Glenbard West after this. We welcome you back to the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic in a battle between Leo and Glenbard West, shaping up to be a pretty good one early.
It really is.
As we near a quarter and a half into this one. Back inside, the denial.
That's too easy for Braden Huff, going up there and getting that block.
And Huff just so impactful on both ends of the floor. We have 4 minutes left in the first half. Trying to look for the backdoor cut was Huff. Gives it back to Pierce.
I think Leo has to go back to what they do best, and that's their quickness. And forcing turnovers that way. They had a lot of points off turnovers earlier.
And that transition offense definitely helps. Back the other way comes Glenbard West, going up. And a foul will be called here on Leo.
And they're going to say he was going up as well.
So heading to the line will be Bobby Durkin. So we got a mask timeout here, Bobby.
Right.
Quarter and a half into this one. What are your takeaways?
Well, the height of Glenbard West compared to the speed of Leo has turned out to be an absolute great game. And, I mean, you're very interested to see what Leo can do. I mean, they call that timeout and then they don't do anything for a minute. You know, it's just been a great game. I don't really have words to say what we've seen today. It's just been awesome.
You know, and you mentioned it there toward that last possession, is Leo has to get back to doing what they do best. And that transition offense helps a whole lot.
Right. Yeah.
When you set your offense up against this Glenbard West defense, there's not much success. Sometimes you don't know.
I don't know.
It's the top. So 3:26 left to go in the opening half. I mean, that you know, much to the credit to Glenbard West, a lot of the reason they're up by 4 at this point in the game is because of Braden Huff.
Oh, absolutely. And we've seen him on the defense, but it took him a while for him to, you know, become, you know, known in the defensive end, but he had that block shot. He's been much more pivotal underneath the basket, you know, getting the easy left-handed finishes.
So Durkin at the line trying to extend the lead for Glenbard West. And, you know, it's one of the things that, you know, Coach Apoka talked about was, you know, not having much familiarity with some of these teams. And, I mean, Leo and Glenbard West, this is their first time, obviously, meeting this year. So you gotta adjust kind of to playing styles and, you know, the strategy of other teams in the heat of the moment.
Well, with Glenbard West, they've played teams like Hillcrest, Yorkville Christensen, and Glenbrook South. Those are 3 very different teams in the way they play. But the ability to play Hillcrest, they play the same exact style that Leo does, or almost very similarly. So they have a little bit more experience with that. Another great block there by Braden Huff.
Cleveland.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul.
Will come against Huff. That will be his second.
Is that Huff?
Of the afternoon.
It is Huff. I didn't know if they're going to call it on Warden. And the thing with Huff is he's so disciplined, we barely see him get called on any fouls.
So Cam Cleveland at the line, shooting 2. Hits the first. You know, one of the things we you know, often see is a lot of, you know, when it comes to high school basketball, you see teams, you know, kind of hit that emotional roller coaster. You know, they get too low, get too high. The one thing about both of these teams is that they're so well disciplined, and there's no emotion that's too high or too low.
No.
You know, Braden talked about in his interview with you yesterday. Foul committed here will come against Cam Cleveland. 3 minutes left in the half. To inbound the ball now, Pierce for something gives the Huff, and the Hilltoppers will set off offensively. That floater no good. Try to get it to Huff. Huff, that one rims in and out. There's that height. The rebound outside. Durkin, 3-point. Off the mark, no good. Tell you what, the ability to get it and rise above the rim.
That Paxton Warden just did?
Unbelievable.
It's so crazy.
Cam Cleveland 3. Answer!
Very big 3 right there. Very big 3 to tie this game right back up.
Both these teams looking so strong early. Just under 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Glenbard West back the other way.
Cannot leave him that open.
For 3. He answers.
He's going to show. That shows you why you cannot leave a guy that wide open. Not at all.
Glenbard West extends the lead back to 3. Tell you what, it's gone punch for punch.
It really has.
In the first half. Slowing things down now are the Lions, letting things develop. That's what it comes, you know, when you have to get into your offense. Patience is going to come. Going up, the right-hand finish.
Easy finish, and they had, you know, down low, they don't have that height there. They want the height at the top, and that's going to take away that opportunity, and you cannot have Andrew Dauskas down low. And I think, yeah, Glenbard West is going to call a timeout, but we have been back and forth the whole way. My goodness.
Timeout will be taken by Glenbard West, and with that, we'll do the same. 1 minute and 43 seconds left to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back to the 47th Jack Tosh Holiday Classic after the timeout. With 1:43 to go, the Hilltoppers will have the ball inbounding. The ball for Glenbard West will be Caden Pierce.
You know, Pierce has had a quiet game. Sorry to interrupt, but only 3 points.
Durkin from the corner. That one no good. Rebound by Cole.
He probably had a better look that they could have taken to. What a pass by Jakeem Cole down low. Unable to finish was Austin Ford.
Ryan Renfro, the rebound, gives to Pearson. Glenbard West will get back to it after a fortunate miss there from the Lions. Yeah, Durkin, the transfer, who transferred this past summer, immediately making an impact as we see him in the
Absolutely.
Glenbard West starting 5. Right-hand finish, no good. The Lions have really, I mean, you know, when they get that defensive rebound and they jump out, they get things going quickly, trying to, you know, catch Glenbard West in transition.
They really do. Jack Cardwell back in the game. You cannot leave him open either if you're Leo. He shoots the 3 tremendously well.
No foul called. Rebound by Bobby Durkin.
I think both teams wanted a foul called.
3-point on the way there from Pierce. No good. Great rebound.
Can't leave him open. Ooh.
Short on that one.
Shots
Rebound by Pierce.
Shots are not falling, and they're going to call a foul. That should be on Tyler Smith. I think he was the one that got the hand in the way. But you cannot leave any of these guys that open. Cannot do that.
And, you know, Duke fans will remember it well. The 3-point shooting capability of Jack Cardwell is, frankly, what put kind of the nail in the coffin in the Hilltoppers' victory against the Dukes as Caden Pierce hits the first. With 30 seconds to go in the first half, Pierce extends the lead to 3. If you're Leo now, no question, you want a possession that ends up in some points to give yourself some momentum headed into halftime. Looking around is Cole and getting it back. Over to Tyler Smith. We saw Cole have a really, you know, hot first quarter, but he's kind of calmed down here as of late. Cole.
I think he was trying to say that he got fouled.
At the buzzer.
That's short.
That one no good. So that's how we will end it.
Great first half. Great first half.
I mean, just awesome.
Awesome.
There's really, I mean, there's not much you could say about it. Just, I mean, beside the fact we went back and forth.
It's the speed of Leo and the athleticism they have compared to the height of Glenbard. I mean, it just does not get better than that.
And so now, kind of the keys going forward for each team. Glenbard West, what do they have to do to kind of, you know?
Yeah, I think it has to go back to defense, and I think, you know, they kind of have to ease off the double teams because that's how Leo's gotten a lot of points. And then on Leo's end, I don't know how you defend height. I'm not exactly sure how you stop height. Do you know how to stop height?
I wish I could say I did. You know, at 5'10", I can't say I have much experience at doing so. But, you know, I think Leo, as you mentioned, they have to work in transition, and Glenbard West just continue to take pride defensively. So with that being said, we will see you back here at the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic in just under 9.5 minutes. Glenbard West leads at the break, 26-23. We welcome you back to the 47th annual Jack Tosh Holiday Classic, where the Leo Lions trail the Glenbard West Hilltoppers 26-23. Bobby, Leo was off to the really hot start. What contributed to them being down 3 here as we start the second half?
Well, I mean, they're not shooting well from 3 right now. I mean, 33%, I mean, it's not bad, but it's also not fantastic by any means compared, they're both shooting 33% from 3. And also they were getting shut down on offense. Glenbard West defense really stepped up and was really proving to make an impact.
One of the things, too, is I think Leo had 16 points in the first quarter. They only had 7 in the second.
Right.
We resume action here with Caden Pierce giving a huff, and the Hilltoppers go back to work offensively. Durkin looks, the kick, 3-point on the way is strong and good.
Pierce,
and that is how Paxton Warden will start things off for the Glenbard West.
Pierce hit the deck quite hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw a body go flying.
Outside of the play, however. I don't know if he's trying to draw a foul, trying to draw contact. I don't know what he was trying to do, but
that 3 from Warden, kick ball will be called here. That 3 from Warden extends the lead.
Pierce is saying that wasn't a kick.
Yeah, you mentioned it. This Leo team was hot from 3 at one point, but toward the end of that first half, it got really cold.
Well, they have to go back to doing what they do best, which is
and in.
Use that speed. Plays like that work.
Cam Cleveland, the senior, gets the bucket.
And he's the leading scorer for them with 10.
Something that we hadn't seen too much of up to this point is Huff, the senior, taking the ball up the court.
We've seen a lot more of Pierce, Warden, even Bobby Durkin. That shot finds a way to fall in, but I think Huff right now is going to really start getting the ball more and bring it up the floor.
Warden has the first 5 out of the break for the Hilltoppers.
They try to get a foul call by taking the body for a charge. Didn't get it. Anyway, didn't result in points.
Looking back, Durkin, 3-pointer. Got it to go. Glenbard West starts off real hot in the third quarter. The lead now grows to 9 and an immediate timeout.
Yeah, you're going to have to call a timeout there. Thompson needed a timeout.
I tell you what, the scary thing is you're seeing the capability of Glenbard West when they're playing well, and everybody seems to be on right now.
I mean, what they can do offensively and defensively, they're proving to be, a pain down here. But then on the other end on the offensive side of things, drilled back-to-back threes. And Warden's got 5 to start, and then that was Durkin who could do it. And for Leo, it's hard to close out when some of those guys, they've got pretty high release points. It's not easy to get that hand up and block that shot.
And Warden has 9 on the day. We talk about it all the time, the distribution of scoring. When you look up into that scoreboard, it's pretty good. Meanwhile, the leading scorer for the Lions is Cam Cleveland, the only Lion in double figures with 10.
I mean, we knew Cleveland was going to come in here and be the premier player for Leo. That's what Thompson said on our phone call with him last week.
It'll be interesting to see how guys like Jared Gee Jr. off the bench help Leo get back to a point where they want to be, trailing here by 9. Another kickball comes against Caden Pierce. Just about 2 minutes into the third quarter. Just about as good of a start as you can have if you're Glenbard West.
Cannot ask for a better start.
Jakeem Cole, the junior, who had a really fantastic first quarter, cooled off in the second. Looks to get things going, gives it inside. The hands there from Pierce.
I mean, both teams they make great decisions offensively and defensively, and proving it why.
Brockett gets it inside, the kick out. Corner 3 from deep. No good, rebound goes to Durkin.
And it's almost like they know one step ahead what Leo's going to do.
Warden unable to hit that one. Up ahead to Cole. The Lions been successful in transition. The floater, no good. Looking up ahead is Huff. Gives Durkin, 3-pointer on the way. Near side, off the mark, no good. Rebound to Glenbard West, but that one was tipped.
That ability to
Renfro
grab
tried to go
offensive
up.
rebounds. Glenbard West had 7 in the first half. That's really impressive stuff right there, and that's the height coming to be of effect.
Yeah, and Glenbard West definitely had a lot playing in their favor in terms of second chance points.
What a take, not able to finish.
Bobby Durkin back the other way, gives inside, unable to finish. There was Ryan Renfro.
We're going to see Guy check back in for Leo. And a block.
Block will be called here against Ryan Renfro.
Tyler Smith was looking to get out of the way with that. I mean, they both hit the deck simultaneously.
That's Renfro's first of the afternoon. Hilltop for faithful. Not big fans of that call. But Tyler Smith at the line shooting 2.
For some of the crowds we've seen Glenbard West have this year, their student section being able to, prove to be a factor. I mean, it's safe to say if York was #1 in the state when we were at York, we would have student sections like this too.
Yeah, and certainly the close proximity. This is awfully convenient.
Yeah. You take St. Charles the whole way and you're there.
So now Smith tries to hit the second, no good.
You got
to make those.
Got to convert from the free throw line, 50% in the first half, and I'm sure Coach Thompson's not pleased with his team.
Glenbard West trying to execute off the misses from Leo. Pierce drops it inside to Huff, working on Guy Jr. Kicks it back out. Corner 3. Warden.
Great pass.
No good. Rebound. This one goes back to Warden, and now Durkin sets things up. Drives with ease. Left-hand finish. He'll be fouled, heading to the line, shooting 2. Is Bobby Durkin.
The ability to switch hands midair and it doesn't even look like he's throwing it up there to the hoop. It just looks like it's just getting up there.
What's scary is here with nearing 4 minutes to go in the third quarter is Bobby Durkin at the line with a chance to extend the lead to double digits. What do you do here if you're Leo to try and inch your way back in the lead and get back, really into this thing?
I'm not entirely sure. We're going to see. I believe that's Jamari Allen check in for Leo as Jakeem Cole's going to take a seat. But, yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
The thing about Leo, we saw it yesterday. They played awfully close with Batavia, but the second that fourth quarter started,
they turned it up.
The Lions
they really
got
out
hot quickly.
And now that Glenbard West bench is standing.
Guy on the far side gives back to Smith. And that one taken away with ease. Great look inside to Warden. Warden blocked foul. Is called, and Warden will go to the line and shooting 2.
Well, that's a good call. Tyler Smith just getting in the way of Paxton Warden. Warden doesn't lower the shoulder. He doesn't do anything. We should be getting a mass timeout right here. And a mass timeout is called.
So mass timeout will be what brings us to a break after just over 4 minutes into the third quarter. Glenbard West leads the Leo Lions 36-25.
Out of time. I thought I was starting.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Out of the timeout, we would like to shout out former York assistant coach, Coach Lipkowski, who has been battling cancer for a few years. We know he's at home watching some of these Jack Tosh games. As Paxton Warden sinks this first one.
Yeah, Coach Lips. I mean, he's beloved around the York program.
Remember 2019, like you said, just you knew he was here. You always knew when he was inside the Campbell gym.
As Warden hits both, extends the lead to 13. Yeah, and he was here. He was here at the Tosh in 2019. Just someone who was always so enthusiastic. Right. He's so energetic and played a huge role.
Always
in
brings
the Duke's
positive
success
energy
in
as well.
2019. Now Leo, I mean, it's starting to feel like a typical Glenbard West game.
Right.
As we're near the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. And the lead at 13 for the Hilltoppers. That three far side is strong and good. Andrew Doxis on the three. Making the defensive play, but the ball will stick with the Lions was Doxis. I tell you what, this is starting to feel like a little bit of a home game for the Hilltoppers.
It really is.
Yeah, we just, as we've said so much, Leo, not much of an answer, and most of that due to height. Jakeem Cole pops the three off the mark, no good.
That would have been a big one to have.
As we mentioned before, the winner of this will go on to play Rolling Meadows. Cameron Christie. Oh, this
That's
one,
a
Pierce
long pass.
all alone.
There you go.
Goes up, slams it down. Caden Pierce. The lead now 43-25. That one no good. Rebound to Pierce. Up ahead, that one taken away. Now inside, going up, unable to finish. Was Allen. Foul will be called there on Cam Cleveland. Checking into the ball game now for the Lions is Austin Ford. Will make his way in for Jamari Allen. To inbound now for Glenbard West is Caden Pierce. Caden Pierce has had himself a phenomenal game. Is unable to finish there. Was Huff. That one last touch to Lyon.
That went off of Cam Cleveland's hand.
Now a second chance for the Hilltoppers. After this game, it will be Sandberg and LT. That great
nice
move
finish
from Bobby Durkin. After this game, it will be Sandberg and LT. And to end the night, it'll be Bolingbrook and the Thunderbolts of Andrew. After their victory last night over the host of the tournament, the York Dukes, 3-point on the way. That one no good. Rebound by Pierce. Yeah, and Leo starting to kind of feel the pressure as we see more threes being popped. That three is
and more
good.
threes starting to fall.
Paxton Warden registers his 14th point of the game, and Glenbard West feeling pretty good. 48-25.
It does not take Glenbard West that long to pull away. I mean, this was what Leo had the lead for, 1 point of this, and it's what is it, a 14-0 run now?
Well, put it this way, we're a minute 42 left in the third quarter. The score at the half was 26-23. Leo has scored just 2 points in the second half.
So what you're telling me is it has been a 22-2 run since the start of the third quarter, which, I mean, this Glenbard West team, it's not unusual by any means. That's normal for them. But for this Leo team, that is very unusual.
Well, that's the thing. Going up, against a team that's the caliber of Leo, who has played in really close contests with, as you mentioned, a team like Curie, one of the best in the area.
Absolutely.
This is a little bit uncharacteristic. And
it
frankly,
is.
I don't think, even though Glenbard West is Glenbard West, I don't think we saw this coming.
No, I don't think, because we expect this to be close basically the entire way, and then Glenbard West might be able to pull away in the fourth quarter or something like that. But for them to do this, it's shocking.
So the winner goes on to play the awaiting Mustangs of Rolling Meadows, Cameron Christie and Orlando Thomas. But a guy who you were on the call, Mark Nikolic Wilson.
Absolutely.
Had himself quite a game.
He did have himself quite a game. He grabbed a lot of offensive rebounds. Offense and defensively, he's one heck of a player. Able to finish down low, was able to talk to him after the game, and very humble guy as well.
Taken away. The right-hand finish is good. Exactly what you need if you're Cam, Cleveland, and the Lions.
If you want to get back in this game, if you're Leo, you got to start with the small things, and I think pressing right now is probably the right move. You just got to be careful so you don't foul.
Working on Durkin is Cleveland. Now the three-pointer on the way. That one no good. Rebound goes to the Lions. Back up ahead is Austin Ford. Working, goes up. That one no good. Gee, up and in. Got it. And one bucket.
Nice strong finish there by Gee Jr.
Jared Gee Jr. to the line to capitalize on a three-point play with just over a minute remaining in the third quarter. Rattles that one home. The lead now cut to 18. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Breaking the press yet again is Glenbard West up inside. Ooh. Ryan Renfro he was going for the slam
trying to flush that down.
But he'll go to the line and shoot two. You know, free throws, is somewhere where Glenbard West could certainly improve on the afternoon, but they have definitely made the most of their trips to the line here in the second half. As Renfro hits the first of two. 51 seconds remain in the third quarter. Renfro unable to grow the lead back to 20. With 45 seconds left, Leo trying to cut into this 19-point deficit.
And we're going to see Huff check back in. Sat on the bench for the last few minutes.
So looking around this two high guard play from Leo. It's kind of gone ineffective in the second half. Is back up ahead as Pierce gives down low. Left-hand finish is good.
What a strong finish by Ryan Renfro with the left hand.
15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Again, a Ford out to Cole. 5 seconds to go. Looking around, nothing called. And no shot. This one will stick with Leo with 2/10 of a second to go.
All Leo has to do is inbound it.
Leo also with 4 team fouls. Glenbard West only with 2. So with that being said, after 3 quarters, the score is 51-30. It's all Glenbard West. And so 51-30, the score after 3. Bobby, what can Leo do here in the final 8 minutes of play to try and get just anything going?
I'm not entirely sure. I wish I had an answer. Tough shot right there. But
yeah, and these contested threes are going to be something.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Leo right now because, you know, when you look at Leo, they're a very good team. They're very, very good, very talented. But they met a even more talented Glenbard West team. Well, how are you supposed to stop that?
Up ahead, Renfro goes down. Right over Cam Cleveland was Ryan Renfro, the lead. This is scary, the lead 23.
I don't think Coach Thompson was expecting it to be this far apart. Neither were we. We were expecting this to be a very close fight, but I think that shows the coaching ability of Jason Apoka and also the fight that this Glenbard West team has to play like this.
You know, is it one of those things that, you know, the Leo hard-fought victory over Batavia yesterday kind of factoring into this one? I mean, the energy.
You know, you're right. It might, because you know, Leo compared to Glenbard West, it's a much shorter bench too. You know, they only ran with 6 guys in the first half, and then the second half they gone to a lot more guys. You know, yeah, I think it's definitely a factor. Glenbard West, they have a deep bench too, but the legs are a little bit more fresh since they didn't play on Monday.
And I mean, the other thing is not only that, Glenbard West just did not have, you know, really any competition last night against St. Pat's.
No.
I mean, got up to an early lead. I believe the largest lead is 27-0 before St. Pat's scored a point.
I believe it was 25-0. Yeah, and you know that leads to other guys being able to play. And I don't want to use the word slacked off for Glenbard West because that's not what they do. It's just, you know, I'm not exactly sure what the word I'm supposed to use, but they just played the same. They played slower is what I should use. Change up the tempo of the game.
So just under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Glenbard West up by 23 as Braden Huff brings the ball up across court with Adrien Ellis seeing his first action for the Lions this afternoon inside to Huff. He goes up, gets the and one bucket.
He's one heck of a player.
He's you know, you look at a guy like Huff and it just the sheer athleticism that he has.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I told Ryan Piquel yesterday, how much of a gift is it to be able to watch Glenbard West play courtside? Not too many people can say that.
You know, coming back from
besides for the people at the scorers table.
Coming back for this tournament, you know, has been special.
Really has.
I'll tell you what, that take there strong and good from Cam Cleveland. But I think, you know, I'll give a call this afternoon to a 254 number in Waco, Texas, and just tell, you know, Coach Drew, hey, I think, you know, I think we might have a player. Obviously, committed to Gonzaga. We know Gonzaga. We know Mark Few. Great program.
You brought the Baylor stuff to try to, you know, say hey, Baylor's better than Gonzaga. I mean, college basketball this year has been weird though. Has been, and
is that foul committed there?
You don't actually have Scott Drew's phone number, do you?
Hey, Waco's a small town. Waco's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. I shouldn't even say it's the village. It's the village.
Oh, really? Is that what they call it?
The village of champions.
I didn't. Oh, okay.
Get with it. 56-32 is what Leo trails by. And the Hilltoppers will near.
Nice backdoor cut.
Great. That's a block and one bucket.
What a take by Paxton Warden.
Paxton Warden really, you know, has had himself a great afternoon. I mean, you know, not just.
And what's interesting is he's one of the players that's starting that is not going to a D1 squad. I'm not exactly sure where he's going. I would love to know where he's going because he's one heck of a player, leads this Glenbard West team in scoring.
So that foul comes against Jamari Allen. And hitting the free throw and executing the N1 bucket is Paxton Warden. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left in this one. You know, Bobby, a lot of time left here on the clock. But if you're Leo, you know, you really got to start moving quickly here.
Yeah, for any sort of comeback in this, you have to start moving faster, which again is not easy to do against Glenbard West Height, and Glenbard West has the starters out there with five and a half left, up 27.
Rebound there from Pierce. You know, we've seen it from Apoka throughout the year. You know, these starters are on the floor, you know, regardless of the, extent of the lead.
On the moment they're on the floor. I think we're
Speaking of the devil,
yeah.
I was just, you know, I was about to say the starters have seen a lot of playing time regardless of the deficit, regardless of the lead. But right on cue.
Jack Oberhofer is going to check in. That's a name I remember from last night.
And back in for the Lions will be Jared Gee Jr.
I was a little shocked that we didn't see Gee Jr. more off the bench as he led this Leo team in scoring for back-to-back nights. And obviously today Cam Cleveland came into his own. He had 14. Currently has 14, I should say. I mean, this Leo team, they are still a very good team. They just had a tough competition against a very, very good Glenbard West team.
Yeah, Paxton Warden is one of those guys that really took over here in the second half.
Right, and I think a lot of people were not expecting him to. You know, he's still up there. He's still up there in height. He's still long. He's built really well, but is leading the way with 19 points for this Glenbard West team.
Foul called there. So it will come against Glenbard West and Paxton Warden. But yeah, not only that, the jumping ability of Glenbard West. I mean, at times,
yeah,
you know, they're down low. It feels like they're jumping out of the gym.
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, then I know you said it. Was it 2 days ago that the dunks don't really excite you that much anymore?
Hey, I mean,
we didn't see a whole lot today.
Hey, Caden Pierce, fantastic.
Very strong.
Fantastic dunk.
Very strong flush.
Start the second half.
Well, how cool would it be to see Braden Huff windmill from the free throw line? Just put on an absolute dunk contest.
As Glenbard West trying to break the press here, does so. Looking around, dropping it down low. Good feed there. Going up and in.
One of the bench guys gets points. And a nice play defensively by Paxton Warden.
Save there from Warden. Up ahead. Going baseline.
Foul call was.
We'll see if that one was.
I think they're just trying to feed Oberhofer.
Oberhofer will head to the line. That one comes against Cam Cleveland. 9th team foul on the Lions. So well into the bonus at this point.
Yeah.
The lead 63-34. You know, Leo, we talked about it, only 11 points scored in the second half to this point.
Which is not like Leo at all. That is not like them. I remember when they got added to the tournament in 2019, I was very excited to see what they were going to bring to this tournament. In the first 2 days, they've, safe to say, put on one heck of a showing. And then a very good first half for Glenbard West. That's a deep three.
Deep three.
Cam Cleveland.
Cam Cleveland on the basket.
I mean, Cam Cleveland, you cannot discredit him as a player. He is a very, very good player for this.
Cleveland takes it away again.
Lions
Another
team.
three. Off the mark, no good. Yeah, Cleveland has 17 points on the night. He is the Lions' leading scorer. Blocking foul call here on Bobby Durkin. So a mask timeout means that we will take a real quick break. 63-37, all Hilltoppers. We'll be right back after this. So the final 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in this one. Bobby, I believe once we hit the over 30 mark, the clock will continue to run.
That is correct. We will.
That baseline shot there, strong and good by Tristan Taylor. You see his first action this afternoon. This one down low, Oberhofer gives. Goes up, right-hand floater is good from Andrew Doxis. Jared Gee Jr. working down low. That one no good, rebound by Durkin.
When do you think we see the rest of this Glenbard West bench come in? It's got to be in the next minute or so, right?
Oberhofer no good. Almost lost his dribble there. Durkin trying to work on Allen. Inside, that one good up and under, but unable to finish.
Out of bounds, going to go down.
There was Ryan Renfro. Yeah, I mean, Glenbard West, they're not necessarily one of those teams that, puts on a show. It's not all about dunks. It's not all about deep threes. They just work well and they gel real well together.
Another big
Cam
three
Cleveland,
for Cam
another
Cleveland.
deep three. But they just, they kill you with fundamentals. I mean, they run their offense so
Right.
effectively, break the press so, effortlessly.
They make everything look easy.
Yeah. Renfro unable to finish, tips it. Winds up in the hands of the Hilltoppers, and the charge will be assessed here on Bobby Durkin. That'll be his third personal.
The thing is, Leo's still got a lot of fight in them, too.
And that's one of the things that, that a lot of teams, seem to have here in the games that, we've seen is all these teams, just based on, like you said, that fight, want to be here and most importantly, want to win. As Taylor pops the three. No good. Rebound by Doxis. Got tipped out by Cam Cleveland. Cam Cleveland, another jumper. 2 minutes left in this one. Coming up next, Lions Township
Sandberg.
and Sandberg.
We'll have Ryan Grant and Tyler Nels on the call for that one. Those are two juniors currently at York, and they've both done a lot of great work with YSN this year.
And pending the final minute and 57 seconds, that Glenbard West holds the lead and finishes this one victorious. They will go on to play the Rolling Meadows Mustangs, Cameron Christie, Orlando Thomas. I mean, what can we expect in that one?
A lot of fun. I mean, that's all I can really say. I think that's going to be a very fun matchup for both of these teams. Glenbard West, they want as much competition as possible, and I think Jason Apoka joining this tournament, that was his idea. Leo's great competition. Rolling Meadows is going to be excellent competition. And then whoever you have to play in the championship, whether it's Bolingbrook, LT, Andrew, that's also phenomenal competition for them.
Durkin makes his way to the bench, ends the day with 15. Yeah, Rolling Meadows and Glenbard West, battle of the heavyweights. This one stepping out of bounds there was Cyree Johnson. But of course we said this one was going to be kind of a battle of the heavyweights too. But really, proving and showing their worth was Glenbard West. But you think Cam Christie and Orlando Thomas,
yeah,
will make it. I mean, that's going to be
I
quite a
think
fun
they
ball game.
will. Well, it's not just those two. It's Mark Nikolic Wilson, too. And, you can go on and on. I think the height matches up really well, besides for Braden Huff, obviously. I don't know. I think we're going to be in for one heck of a game. And the thing is, Leo is going to play Lake Forest. That's also going to be a really fun one as well.
And so it'll be quite the slate of games tomorrow. And then the game you'll see next is, as mentioned, Lions Township and Sandberg. The winner of that one will play Bolingbrook or Andrew. So we end the night with a few more great competition as Allen working, goes up, right hand, got the floater.
And we
Excuse
saw
me, got it off the
Andrew,
glass.
and you saw Andrew play against York last night, and Andrew, that is, really put up a fight, took a lead by 10, and kept it consistent throughout most of the night. And that was with turning the ball over 20-some odd times, too.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be, you know, that Bolingbrook Andrew game will definitely be one to watch. You know, going forward, this Glenbard West team is going to be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, they're number one in the state for a reason. I think they were unanimous number one too. They were the favorite to win this tournament, and out of the last 2 days, we have seen why.
As Oberhofer misses the first with just under a minute to go. Misses the second as well. Rebounded Jared Gee Jr. and back the other way comes Leo. That baseline shot there off the mark, no good. Rebound to Logan Brown, who also sees his first action of the evening. He drives, kicks it back out to Oberhofer. Glenbard West, the final 30 seconds will reset. Good look inside Oberhofer. He goes in.
Nice strong finish by Oberhofer right there.
Good hesitation. Winds up and +2 for the Hilltoppers. This one taken away by Doxis. He'll most likely dribble this one out. So when all is said and done, Glenbard West looks pretty good. And that will do it from the Campbell Gym. They got a date tomorrow with Rolling Meadows. And with that being said, we will have Bobby Hessling a few interviews to close this one out, but an exciting one here at the Campbell Gym. As mentioned before, Rolling Meadows and Glenbard West tomorrow at 6:30 right here in the Campbell Gym, and it's been a fun one. For Bobby Hessling, I'm Gavin Hughes. We'll be right back just after this.
Ready? Paxton, Warren Paxton, big game for you guys, and you had a big performance here, dropping about 19. And I believe you're not going D1, correct? And for you, as one of the guys that starts not with a D1 offer, your name kind of gets, overlooked. But 19 tonight, how important is that for you?
Yeah, I don't think we're really worried about the whole school situation. The schools will come to me, and I'm really just worried about the next game. Just this game and the next game counts. We're just trying to get 1-by-1 win every time.
Leo's a very good team, and they came out. It was a dogfight back and forth for basically the whole game. What changed in the second half for you guys to pull away and win this game?
I feel like our bench came out very well in the second half, especially in the third quarter, giving us energy in our zone defense, and I feel like that really got us going in the third quarter.
Obviously, Braden Huff, another big performance, but you kind of stole the show. What did you do differently tonight compared to other games?
I feel like my teammates were getting everyone open, and everyone was hitting the extra passes and getting everyone involved in the offense throughout the entire game, especially in that second half.
Big night for you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, and congrats on advancing to Day 5.
Thanks for having me.
Now to my left is going to be Coach Apoka. Coach, very tough game against Leo. They started out strong in the first half. What changed in the second half for you guys to really pull away with this one?
Well, the biggest thing is we attacked their pressure. So a tale of two halves. In the first half, they were able to kind of break our seams and get some stuff in transition. In the second half, we cleaned up our rotations defensively, and then offensively, we capitalized on open opportunities offensively, and defensively, we were crisp in our rotations.
Talk about Paxton. He had 19. He led the way for you guys tonight, and it wasn't Huff, it wasn't Pierce, it wasn't those kids. What does he bring to you guys starting, part of that starting five?
Paxton's a big-time player. We know he's a big-time player. Everybody has all the trust in the world of him. He does what is needed. He competes at a high level, and he's just a great team player, team winner, makes winning plays. We're so happy to have him involved with Glenbard West, and we're super excited for his future.
Talk about Rolling Meadows. You're going to see them play tomorrow. And they were a good team today. They were down 10 at one point to Lake Forest. They found a way to battle back. What do you guys have to do in order to prepare for them tomorrow night?
We have to identify their shooters. That's number one, is identify their shooters and make it difficult for them to get clean looks.
Congrats on advancing to day 5. We'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. That'll do it from the Campbell Gym. Final, Glenbard West takes down Leo. Coming up next is Sandberg and Lyons from York.